Hey, what's going on, world? It's that time once again for your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. I go by the name of the HOC here, Eddie Cool, and like I said, this is your podcast. It's by the fan, for the fan, talking sports just the way you like it. Just like I say in the audio intro, we got an action-packed show lineup for today: football, football, and more football. In case this is your first time listening or viewing the podcast around this time of the year, we talk about a whole lot of football, a whole lot because it is what it is. I mean, today is our SportsBros podcast fantasy football draft. I got another fantasy football draft tomorrow night. I got one in 9 days, and I think I got another one this coming Sunday. So, football, football, and more football. Enough of my incoherent rambling. I'm introducing two of the best hosts in the world. Introducing first, coming to you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, El Capitan, manning the ship so that way we don't crash it in the ditch. He is the Almighty B Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? Ah, football. Oh yeah, but there's NFL football.
Yep.
And then there's professional football. Oh, I meant college football. I'm sorry. Did I say that wrong? Did I?
Oh, I mean,
And yeah, because I'm wearing the shirt because I'm woo. All right, let me woosah. Let me take it. It's gonna be okay. Remember, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? I'm gonna make it through. But let's go ahead and introduce the other guy. Because he's gonna do something throughout the show to keep poking the bear and take my blood pressure to a whole nother level. I'm already seething as it is, but he'll do something. I already know he will. But go ahead and introduce the other guy. Let's see how this thing goes this evening. Oh, yeah.
Help the bear! And the other guy, he is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania, avoiding rain at all costs. Cause Scotty D, in this region, the weather is quite weird. He's the one, the only, the money man, Scotty D.
Sweet, sweet fantasy football. It's fantasy football.
Bum,
It is fantasy football season. Everywhere you look, fantasy football. Yes, sir. We're doing our draft tonight?
We're doing it. Yep, 7 o'clock.
How about that?
I'm gonna be at the bowling alley throwing a ball, and all right, yeah, this is probably not gonna go well.
Of course you are. Of course you
see, here we go. Yes.
Hey, Scotty D, B Live is gonna be like Uncle Phil when you remember that scene in the Fresh Prince where Uncle Phil was biting the sandwich and shooting on the pool table. B Live gonna be like,
yeah.
B Live's like, I'm gonna pick Aston Genty, strike.
So is bowling season all year round?
Bowling season, there are two distinct bowling seasons. There's a fall winter season that usually goes from August, the end of August, all the way to the beginning of May. And then you have the summer leagues that
through May. That's the winter season.
Yes, that's the fall winter season.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine.
30 usually most leagues last 36 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
that's a long time.
I think 12 is as long as it should go.
Nobody asked you.
Yeah, you get two weeks in December. You take off for Christmas.
Not one person asked you for your
January,
opinion. Let's go ahead and hop into it.
Weeks?
Let's go ahead and hop into it. The top of the order, Eddie.
Scotty D said,
in sweaty shoes. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine that.
Scotty D say a bowling season should have a double bye like the CFL. Hey,
yeah, 12 weeks. That's it.
Hey, you know what?
I'm going outside to shoot some moods.
Enough of all this. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
Wow, 30-some weeks.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
Wow.
Hey, Scotty D, guess what season is going to be underway in a matter of days as well, too? The NFL. Shut up. The NFL season is going to be underway. All right. And in case you've been living under a rock the last few days, It's gonna be a lot. It's a lot going on in the city of Cleveland. Cleveland is the city where we come from, but it's where I kind of live. But anyways, there's gonna be a lot going on in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Namely, the Browns have named their Week 1 starter
Oh
as
my
this morning.
goodness.
Yeah.
Who was it? Tell me it was Flacco.
No, it's DTR. No, Deshaun Watson was named the Browns' Week 1 starting quarterback.
Wow.
He beat out Shador Sanders at the training camp and a preseason competition. Fellas, what in the what in the world is going on in the city of Cleveland? I was going to ask the question: do you think they got it right? You think it's the right decision? Yes, no, maybe so. What?
No, they haven't made a right decision yet when it comes to this guy. They gave him a 5-year extension for what was it, 250 guaranteed dollars, and he's been terrible. He's played 19 games. And he's been terrible, and he went out the other night in preseason and was a terrible preseason quarterback against other scrubs. He was terrible. What was he, like 5 of 12 for 36 yards or something silly like that? And the fans are booing their heads off. They're livid with this guy. They're sick of this guy. He's costing them money. He set this franchise back a lot. He fooled around with masseuses, massage therapists, cost him a bunch of money. And he got hurt 2 seasons ago and missed that whole season and last season. And he hasn't been good in the few games that he has played. And when they booed him the other night, come on, man. I understand you being upset about being booed. But going out there and verbalizing it that way wasn't it. That was not the right way to go. And he said some things that probably, I think, was seeking out a little sympathy. When he was saying, they booed me, man, whenever I tore my Achilles. I got injured. My home city booed me. You know, obviously his feelings were hurt by that. And I think he was kind of made like maybe a good point. Like, maybe you shouldn't have booed a guy who's out there putting it on the line for you. But, dude, you got to play better. You got to be better. You can't go out there and, I mean, again, these people were rooting for you. They thought you were going to be this really good quarterback, not to mention the fact that he replaced Baker Mayfield, who 2 years prior beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a playoff game. They hadn't won a playoff game since like 2013.
At home.
They beat the Steelers. Like, if you ask the Browns, who would you like to knock out of the postseason? Most people are going to say I'd take the Steelers. That's
I'm sorry, Scotty D. They beat Pittsburgh on the road, and I think that was Ben Roethlisberger's last game. Was it?
Yeah. I think that was in Pittsburgh. Yeah, and it was a big game. It was like 42-32. It was some big high scoring game, but Cleveland jumped out on him, and Baker had a good game. And then you replace Baker Mayfield, who, it makes it even worse, has kind of had a career resurrection with after a couple years on the skids there, has played well enough to get the Buccaneers into the postseason, or at least playing well. And this is your guy, and people have like bought the Deshaun Watson jersey. Would you wear one of those in Cleveland now? I wouldn't. I mean, that's embarrassing. He's been like an embarrassment. They've been making fun of him and his behavior and all that stuff. And man, I like this guy. I've always liked this guy. I think he did some dumb things. I think he made some mistakes, but this was a bad choice. I don't know how you can even play again for this team and for this city, let alone put him out there as the starting quarterback when you have Shador Sanders, who probably needs some work. But you know what? You've already said this is probably not going to be our year. You traded Myles Garrett. What did we say, Eddie? They're getting back a first and 27, second 28, third 29, and they got this young Jared Verse playing for him. So they're looking to build. You don't need Deshaun Watson to build this year. Let's let Shador play out some games. And if he's not your guy, you'll know that. And then you go draft a guy because you're going to be picking first next year anyway, most likely. This whole thing is bad. Monk. What's the guy's Monk? Is that his name, Monk?
Todd Monken.
Todd Munkin. Monkey, this guy's gone. He's going to have a 1-year term. He's going to have a 1-year deal in Cleveland. He's going to be one of those few coaches you hear about that had 1 year as the head coach and then he got canned. Poor Munkin. This is a terrible situation to go into. Deshaun Watson cannot be on the team, let alone your opening day starter. This was a terrible decision. It was a terrible decision for Deshaun to go out and say all the things he did the other night, and this was terrible to name him as a starter. It's terrible. Everything in Cleveland's terrible. And LeBron went to Philly. I mean, it's just terrible in Cleveland right now. Tell me I'm wrong, B-Love.
I'll be more than glad to. You are absolutely 110% wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
This is the absolute best case scenario right now is to put Deshaun Watson out there as your starting quarterback. Because who in their right mind would put $41 million on the bench?
It doesn't matter. It's not good. It's not good on the field. You take your losses. Some of you just take your losses. You got to take your losses. You got to take your losses.
This is exactly what you do. I think he made the right decision because you put Deshaun Watson out there. You're already in a rebuilding year. The Cleveland fans are not behind you at all. So you put Deshaun Watson out there for week 1 and week 2. Both of those games are on the road. Deshaun Watson goes out there.
He's got 17 road games this year. 17 on the road.
Well, he has 2. You know why?
He said 17.
Because he's going to go out in week 1, stink it up. He's going to go out in week 2, stink it up. By week 3, their home game opener, which me and Eddie Cool will be attending. Deshaun Watson gets benched, and Shedeur Sanders looks like an absolute hero.
Well, why even go there? He's already the heel. Why not start with the hero?
Because if you put Shedeur Sanders out there week 1 and week 2, and he stinks up the joint, now you got 2 heels. At least in this situation, you got a little bit of plausible deniability.
I think you give Shedeur like 6 to 8 weeks.
This is one of those proven ground situations. I just think that, hey, week 1, week 2, here's the thing. If Deshaun Watson goes out there and looks like the superstar he could have been, then maybe the tune changes a little bit. But if he goes out there and stinks it up, which he probably will, again, they travel to Jacksonville, they travel to Tampa Bay. If the Browns come back 0-2, I'm pretty sure they'll make a quarterback change for week 3, and the crowd will get behind Shedeur Sanders, and then Shedeur Sanders will stink it up when they lose to the Panthers, and the fans will be like, well, we already knew that this year was going to stink, but we're going to get behind Shedeur Sanders. And Todd Monken made the right decision. And all the things will just come back into it, where people will be just
I disagree. I think they should cut him off of the team. You're already in salary cap hell. What is this? Cut him. Cut him.
One last year to see if he could pull out something. These 2 games.
He pulled out 5 for 13 the other night. He has regressed. His skill level has deteriorated. He's only 30.
And
he should be in the prime. He's getting worse.
That should tell you maybe how bad Shedeur Sanders is. That's not
his preseason. He's already been better of the 2 in preseason.
According to what we see. And again, that might be against second team and third team. Preseason, you really don't get an actual and accurate depiction of who these players are.
I'm coaching for my job. That ain't the guy I'm putting. I'm not putting 5-13 preseason guy out there with 36 yards. Bad Achilles, 19 bad games on the resume. I ain't putting him out there. I'm
damned if I do, damned if I don't. Either way, yeah, it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
that's on ownership and on the GM.
Absolutely.
So
I don't think the GM is even there anymore that signed this guy up for 5 years, is he?
Andrew Berry? Yeah, he's still there. He's still there.
He's the guy that signed Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, I think it was Andrew Berry. He's still there.
I still think that
what's his name?
I think that was at the direction of Haslam.
Yeah,
I think that was the ownership.
Yeah,
that was
the Haslams are the owners.
Yeah, but I thought they were okay. I thought they fired the GM. Okay. All right. Well, good luck, Cleveland.
So let's look at Watson versus Sanders by the numbers, shall we? Deshaun Watson, he had
terrible versus terrible. Like, why are we doing this? They both stunk up the place. Dylan Gabriel also stunk up the place. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I am actually more upset that we gave this much time to this story.
Yeah, it's trending news, man. Trending news. We got to
It
get
is,
these views. We got to
and
get these views, man.
it's a fall from grace that I've not seen quite like this, though. I mean, this guy,
Do,
he,
do, do you see the logo?
Yeah,
I do,
yeah. We see it.
like I
If
said, I
there's
liked him. I
nobody
told you
else,
before, I thought he was one of the greatest college football players I ever watched. I loved watching him play college football. He's one of my
Mhm.
favorite players I ever watched play the game. And I thought he was a class act. I thought he was a classy guy when he was in Houston. I liked him. I was rooting for this guy. And I still think he's not like a terrible person at heart. He's not a killer. He just
Yeah,
was a guy who wanted to engage in a lot of
really,
pleasure. I mean,
really like massages. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't.
just a
yeah.
big fan of the massage.
Yeah,
But
that's it. But yeah, like by the numbers, like Bi said, terrible versus terrible. 59% versus 68%. 162 versus 153 yards. One TD, two ducks, and one duck, no TD. Yeah, I mean he gonna be the backup. So I mean, at this point, man, it is what it is. And
And
huh,
let me make sure I describe this too. Would I describe that scenario of Watson starting week 1 and week 2, and then Shador coming in possibly week 3? That is the only scenario where this possibly could be good.
yeah,
Any other scenario outside of the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson is going to be an abject failure. Like it doesn't matter. Like I mean, it's one of those things. I know the team itself is going to accept the fact that yeah, we're probably not going to do much this year, but it's just like it's too much behind Deshaun Watson, too much money wasted, and then you lose your best player and all kinds. It's just it's going to be a lose-lose situation.
Sunday,
yeah.
October 11th at the Jets. They better win that game because they may not have another chance to win one until, what was it, November 29th, home against Vegas.
The Browns, the Browns, the Browns. One of the most dedicated and loyal fan bases
They
in
deserve better.
all
They deserve
of pro sports. Ooh, you deserve better. You deserve better. It's like having a horrible boyfriend, baby. You deserve so much better.
And
Yes, you do.
LeBron picked Philly.
And LeBron went to Philly. LeBron said, "You know what? I don't want to go home. I'm going to Philly." All right,
Yeah.
so that does it for.
I'm
We're
just
not.
And
you
didn't
know
get
what?
Brawny. Didn't get Brawny out.
Dag on it. I was going to try to jump the gun on it and be like the only thing that will save Cleveland now is if they can bring Bronny back to Cleveland.
If they
That
bring
I was going to try to jump the gun, but
too late.
we're already here.
All right, fellas. So speaking of the Browns, one of their players, B Live. I see B Live rubbing the stress marks on his forehead because this involves a Browns player and several other players as well too. The NCAA be live the fifth year eligibility ruling. All right, so what happened was on August 21st, the 10th Circuit of Court of Appeals temporarily halted a lower court ruling that had allowed thousands of athletes, particularly players from the 2022 high school graduating class, to receive another season of eligibility in the NCAA, according to the AP News. All right, the NCAA's new eligibility system generally gives qualifying Division One athletes up to 5 years of eligibility, but the new system is scheduled for full implementation beginning in the 2026, I mean the 2027 incoming class, according to the NCAA.com. The question I have is, what the hell is going on here? And prime example, we have Daquan Wright, a tight end who was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, who's probably going to get cut, is going to go back to LSU. And Todd Munkin said, "Oh, Lane Kiffin was calling me." He was like, "Well, hell." Well, he didn't say hell. He said, "Well, sugar, honey, iced tea." If that's the case, I would have answered it. Todd Munkin's going to be some very entertaining TV. Fellas, what the hell is going on? In the words of Shula King, can anybody tell me what in the going back to school is going on here?
Um, Once again, it comes back to the incompetency of the NCAA.
Oof.
Like it is mind blowing how idiotic these guys that work like these lawyers that draw up these laws, these bylaws, this paperwork, these like so Long story short, I'm gonna see if I can summarize this best because I've studied and looked up and because
I
you
want to
don't
hear this. If you can make a long story short, I definitely want to hear this.
Go ahead, Bilal. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, man.
the NCAA in order to try to keep 23, 24, 25 year olds from having 6 and 7 years of eligibility and do all this stuff and injuries and blah blah blah. They said no, we can't. Like 5 years from graduating high school, that's all you have. That is your window. If you get injured for 4 of those years, sorry about it. But in order by doing that, they literally forgot their own rule that was already in place that you play 4 years. What they did is that said, oh, we're now going to say that everybody has 5 years eligibility. You can play college football for 5 years.
It doesn't make any sense.
Uh-uh.
That's now the letter of the law. And now you've got everybody that graduated 2022 high school. They graduated probably college in 2026 thinking, oh, I only have 4 years. Now they just pass
Because
the
that
law.
rule's only 2 months old. These guys already graduated. So
But
why is the court granting a stay? It's a new rule.
because the court goes by the letter of the law. They can't go by feelings. And the letter of the law basically says that, hey, these guys should be eligible for a 5th year of eligibility when this rule is implemented. Because guess what? The NCAA didn't put that in the freaking bylaws. That's an easy thing to put in a letter line, say, hey, this applies to 2027. They assumed, they didn't put it in the bylaws. They just assumed that everybody would understand that. Keystrokes on a keyboard, you retarded. God.
Oh, he said the word. Oh boy. We apologize, y'all.
I'm so sorry. It pisses me off how incompetent these guys. These guys are like lawyers, multiple years of school, and can't get this right. And so I don't even fault the players anymore. I don't, because he got cut, and his agent was like, "Well, shoot, let's get you another year and get you some NIL money. You already got colleges are ready to call for you." Lane Kiffin does not care. And God bless, please, if there's a God in heaven, please let Clemson beat LSU week 1. Please. Oh my God. This will be the best
elimination
podcast, best podcast ever if you grant that for me. And I can come back on the air after Clemson beats LSU.
And be like, when is that game? What time and the date is that game? 1 p.m.
That's week 1. I think it's a night game. I think it's 8 o'clock.
Ooh.
It has to be a night game. That is definitely the feature game and everything. But again, Ryan Day has been noted saying that he doesn't like it at all, but he's also in that area of, well, if other teams will do it, I have to look out for Ohio State and I have to do it too. So I'm going to reach out to these players that get cut. Like this is it's disgusting. It's absolutely utterly disgusting how the NCAA just can't get it right. They keep shooting themselves in the foot every single time because they are incapable of writing out laws and bylaws that cover all aspects. Yes, there's going to be some sneaky, shady lawyer somewhere that's going to read through every single line and try to find a loophole. But this is the largest loophole I have ever seen in my life when it comes to drawing up contracts. How could you miss this? How could you not put that in the letter of the law? Yeah. But go for it. Just Wild West. Do whatever you want at this point.
I mean, you gotta think like a lot of this kind of came to play when COVID came. COVID just threw everything off. It just threw everything off. And I was like, okay. And I remember telling somebody about 3 years ago, I said, around 2025, 2026, everything should be, back to normal. Boy, was I wrong. It's even worse.
We're 6 years removed from that, though. I mean, we should be at this point.
You would think. You would think, Scotty D, in a
I,
perfect
I don't
normal
I
world,
don't
you
I
would
don't
think.
understand granting 5 years of eligibility. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't understand why we're
You
doing
you know what's
that.
you know what's even worse? These guys getting a 6th year, a 7th year,
Yeah.
an 8th year eligibility.
This is what now with you saying that this letter of the law now is eliminating all of that. There will be no 6, 7, 8 years of
Oh,
eligibility anymore.
okay. All right.
That's what this is. This is an age requirement rule. Like by the fifth year after you graduate high school, your collegiate career is over. That's it. There's no 6, 7, 8 year. And that those are things of the
So I
past.
can't go back.
Nope, Sky D. You could go to junior college, NAIA or something like that. But as far as the NCAA, it's over for you. But that and the thing
Hmm.
about it is though, what this has done though, this will correct itself by next year. This won't be a story anymore next year.
Mm.
It's just what's happening right now is that these guys, because here's I'm gonna play devil's advocate for you real quick. But if you were a 4 year student, played your heart out, did your thing. All right, I'm gonna go. And at this point in time, I'm pretty sure that my collegiate career is over. I'm going to declare myself for the draft and hope for the best. And some of these guys, yeah, like all right, here we are. I have to declare for the draft because my collegiate career is over. Now I get word that hey, everybody's been granted a 5th year, and I could use this to bolster my status, and I could make some more money. I'm not looks like I'm getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
I can go back and make some more money. And this is opportunistic for the players. I'm not even mad at the players at this point in time. I'm mad at the fact that this loophole exists. This shouldn't be an issue. Like there was a time where if you hired an agent and got drafted, you were no longer eligible for collegiate sports. But
Right.
because the NCAA has screwed the pooch so bad and left so many things left for interpretation and not the letter of the law, lawyers and judges can go a piece by piece, and all a good lawyer has to do is present and say like, "Hey, check this out. This particular circumstance is not covered in that letter of the law. So why can he not go back? Because this is not covered. Because the NCAA is a bunch of walking brainless idiots.
Ooh.
Simply put, the incompetency level. This is unreal, unheard of, and
And
like
unfair to me because I've been saving my eligibility all this time, and now you tell me that I can't go back and play D1
yeah,
football. It's
yeah,
not
that's
fair.
yeah,
It's
that's
not.
I got 4 years of eligibility too. I might as well pull a Tim Frisbee.
I'm saying, that this
Well,
is
this
disgusting.
dude from Cleveland, this kid better play well this year because he's already been cut by two NFL teams.
Yeah.
And put now, and he's been training with NFL guys, and now he gets to go back and play against kids.
Yeah.
And the
It's
worst
Man,
it's just disgusting.
good luck.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
I hope, man. I'm hoping one of my grown dudes from Clemson just lights him up, please. Oh, I beg of you. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's all. That's all I got. I can.
I hope
yeah.
we win that game. I know that much. I hope we win.
Oh, here we go with
Here we
this
go.
French.
Yes,
Here we go
sir.
with this French.
Hope we win.
What be live?
Here we go to who is we?
Who is we?
We.
Hashtag who is we? SportsBros podcast T-shirt coming out soon. Hashtag who is
I hope we win. We got to beat LSU. We got to beat them Tigers.
we? Yeah. Go
Boy.
Tigers. Yeah. I just it's to me it's just wild. Just very just very very wild. I just like I said, I thought around this time of the year after COVID, we would get all that out of the way. And like you said, Scotty D, we're 6 years past that. You figure we would get past that, but somehow, some way, we're back here again. And if that rule eliminates it, that's cool. But also, like you said, be like this rule also open up another bag of worms. And
Like I said, we won't have that issue. I understand what they were trying to do,
mm,
but they still couldn't get like
The writing.
They could have like there
The
shouldn't have been.
verbiage.
There should not have been like Scotty D said. There should not have been a fifth year of eligibility. You get 4 years. Now, granted, if you get hurt one of those on one of those years, then you should get redshirted. Granted, another year of eligibility. But this has eliminated redshirting. You get 5 years, and some players good to play 5 entire years, no matter if they're in college or not. You know, somebody like Lenore Sellers that has 0 classes this year and has an internship
Has
at
an internship at
a car
a car dealership.
dealership.
Is it a car dealership or
He's not attending classes at the University of South Carolina,
he ain't.
but he's representing their school. I ain't even mad at that. Whatever's whatever. That happens all the time. When I was a senior in high school, I took 2 classes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I had already finished the majority of my high school classes. The majority of classes I was actually taking were college classes. And you know, I only took like 1 high school class, and the other one was ROTC. That wasn't a class. But I digress.
When I was in high school, my senior year, I took 1 class, 2 class, early dismissal. I was out that door at 2:30. I don't want to be here no more. Get me the hell up out of here. The quicker I get the hell up out of this high school, the more I can. But shout out to the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs for getting the first win this season. I think it was versus Sox team.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but yet still, man, I'm not trying to. If I ain't got to stay there, I'm not going to stay. All right, and that does it for the NFL and NCAA football talk. Hopefully, the next time we talk about these 2 particular subjects will be. Oh, you know what? Let me look at my notes here. Almost fast forward us into the draft, but before we go to the draft, after this break, coming up, it's the NFC's turn to be picked and prognosticated by us, the Sports Bros.
You realize, like, NHL is a winter sport. It'll start months
Oh
after
my dear
bowling
sweet-
season.
We'll be right back, y'all.
And
Big
we're
state,
more-
don't
more
you dare
done.
go away.
Do something like that.
Bowling
back at it like bad bread from the morning. We're back at your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. Before we go any further, quick programming note. Our last Tuesday episode will be on September the 8th. And then after that, we're going live on Mondays, y'all. The
Like
first
we're
month.
doing like right now.
Yep, just like right now, just like we're doing right now. So go ahead and get used to it. Get used to it. Get used to it.
Just bear with us.
Yeah.
You get us on Mondays. You might get us on an occasional Tuesday. We just be here doing what it do.
Yeah. Long as you subscribing and listening and watching, we gonna be here. We gonna be here. All right. So last week we made our predictions about who will win each division in the AFC. Now it's time to flip the page over. We're going to go to the National Football Conference. All right, fellas. And with that being said, let's go to the NFC North with the Bears, the Vikings. The Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, and I always forget the team. And the Packers. All right, Scotty D, what say you?
Man, this is a tough one to pick because I think all four teams legitimately are going in with the belief that they can win this division, and rightfully so. It's not like the Browns. The Browns know they're not winning their division, as we well have documented. But the Vikings, Bears, Packers, Lions, they all, I think, going into the season could be any of them can make the playoffs. I kind of decided if it's going to, in my mind, the Packers or the Lions, and I flip-flopped the number of times it came up on Packers. So I'm going the Pack.
All right, so let's write that down. Scotty D says, "Go, Pack, go." Doom, 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 doom. Beeline, what say you?
Oh. All four of these teams finished above 500 last year. That should tell you all the things that you need to hear. The Vikings probably improve when it comes to likes of Kyler Murray at quarterback. That's probably going to be an improvement over J.J. McCarthy. The Packers with their young receiving core, now they're more reps together. They're going to be just as potent. The Bears won the division last year, and I don't see now losing DJ Moore might be because that's a viable target, and they already loving him up in Buffalo. I miss him, but it's okay. But I don't see the Bears dropping too far off. But with that being said, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I just think they've got a young, hungry core of players. I think that they're going to make some improvements this year. Jordan Love is going to step up even more in the leadership role. I have the Packers winning the division. I have the Detroit Lions, after missing the playoffs last year, I have them in a wild card position. So,
all right. So it's 3 wild card positions, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll make sure I get all of us down. Clean sweep, go, Pack, go.
Wow.
Yeah, Jordan Love, he got weapons at his disposal. I think with the when it comes to the Lions, I think the subtraction of David Montgomery, some say it might not affect them, but I think it does because the last thing you need is an overworked Jahmyr Gibbs, if you will. I didn't know he was wearing the number 0 this year. But anyways, yeah, clean sweep. We are picking the Packers. Go, Pack, go. Don't let us down. Which teams do we think in that division? Which team do we think is going to take a step back this year?
I think going back, I mean, to not include the Bears, I think we're all saying they're taking a step back because they won the division. I think it kind of, our picks are saying that. And I'm not sure what the Lions have left. Did they peak and have their window shut, or are they still good enough? I mean, I like the way that team fights for Dan Campbell. So,
yeah, they fight now. They'll damn sure fight. I think with Detroit is just losing that key piece of that running back, man. And like you said, did they peak early? Like, what did they do? So who knows? All right, so let's take a trip to the West Side, the NFC West. the Rams of Los Angeles, the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals. I saw the Lakers that announcer that goes Popeye Jones when it comes to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be mentioned in this talk.
They shouldn't.
But
Be. So we're gonna pick them to be the worst team in the NFC. Heard.
without saying.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who?
The Arizona Cardinals.
With Gannon, ain't that his name, Scotty D?
No, it's LaFleur is the. It's
Oh,
LaFleur's
okay.
brother is the coach. So we're all thinking that that's gonna be the worst team in the NFC. I don't think there's an argument to be made against that. I think it's.
I don't see anything indicating anybody being any worse.
Okay, got that segment taken care of.
Get out. Nothing personal, Cardinals fans, but it is what it is. All right, who y'all got? All right, Scotty D, who you got picked to win the NFC West?
And I've been back and forth on it. I probably would pick the Seahawks if they hadn't won the Super Bowl, because a lot of times when you lose, you're revved up. Well, actually, that's not true. I guess a lot of Super Bowl losing missed the playoffs next year. I'm going with the Rams.
Okay. Scotty D says Myles Garrett and company, and a possible return of Aaron Donald.
I still believe in McVay. That's still my guy. I still think he's maybe the best coach in football.
Yeah. Be live. What say you?
Whether Aaron Donald returns or not, it's still the Los Angeles Rams. I think that with Myles Garrett, there was already enough to boost them to being the best team, not only in the division, but possibly the entire conference. I got the Rams winning the division. I have the Seahawks making the playoffs. I have them in a wild card position. So it's not even gonna be a slight step back for the Seahawks. It's just they now, with them winning it all eyes, the bullseyes on you. Everybody is gonna play that just a little bit tougher because they are the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions.
Well, not only that, but today, true or false, their offensive coordinator is no longer there and he took some Raiders.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Clint Kubiak did go to the Raiders. So, well, fellas, bust out the room. Another clean sweep. Yeah, I don't see nobody touching them in that division. It might get. I think the only team that might have a chance to get close is San Francisco, but I don't think. No, not with the other three teams seeing Myles Garrett twice a year. Tough or double tough. Like B Live said, with Aaron Donald, McDonald's, Donald Southern, don't matter. Rams for the chip. So we got to say, the Rams. All right, B Live, let's go to the South Side. The South Side, yeah. The NFC South are Panthers. All right. Ooh, let me get my computer together here. All right. The Panthers, the Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. Scotty D, I'm going to ask, who you think out of that division?
Pass.
What? Pass gas?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure because
somebody
has
to
wrote these down last week, and now I'm looking at them. I think the team I wrote down last week. The team I had last is now the team I'm thinking. All right, I'll go Saints. I had them written down as last, but now I'm gonna change.
You're going to pick them to win the division?
I had Carolina winning the division, and I've changed my mind, and I'm going to go with the Saints.
Didn't the Saints just lose a receiver for an extended period of time?
Probably. The whole division's a mess. The quarterbacks in Atlanta are a mess. This Tyler Shuff kid actually played pretty well down the stretch last year. So I'm counting on him to win 8 or 9 games this year, and that being enough to win it.
No, y'all clap.
I think the best case scenario for the quarterback position in the NFC South does lie with the Carolina Panthers. I think Bryce Young is starting to get the belief behind them in the locker room, the fan base and everything is getting behind them more and more. Mm-hmm. And I think that equates to more wins. I think just the Panthers have suffered a couple setbacks when it comes to injuries, but I think the defense is going to be vastly improved. I think the offense is going to be clicking on another level. Jalen Coker is a diamond in the rough that we found, and I think we actually might get some production from the get. Tet is going to be a monster this year. I think he's going to put
And
up
we get Jonathan
massive.
Brooks, B Live. We get
Jonathan,
Jonathan Brooks back.
Jonathan Brooks has already shown some highlights in the preseason. I think he is going to make some noise, and so I put the Panthers winning the division. I do not believe in Tyler Shuck. Baker Mayfield is disgruntled. I think he's ready to be out of there. And whatever's going on in Atlanta, it ain't it. The division is probably going to stink as a whole again.
Yeah, that's bad.
But I believe in my Panthers. It might be a slightly homer pick, but I actually see glimmer of hope, signs that point in the right direction for my Panthers. Yes, sir.
Yep. Be Live. I'm gonna be that guy as well too. I'm gonna have to roll with the Carolina Panthers because I see a model of consistency. People gonna stop this. I don't believe in Bryce. Yeah, I don't believe in Bryce. Hey, you know what? You shouldn't believe in the Tooth Fairy, and you shouldn't believe in the Easter Bunny, okay? But you do, right? But guess what? You're gonna keep that same energy with Bryce Young, okay? Bryce Young. All right, you gotta understand this man. He beat the Rams last year in the regular season, almost did it again in the playoffs, and had a bunch of fourth quarter wins.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, yeah, if you can believe in Joe Hendry, you can believe in Bryce Young. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to say the Carolina Panthers, but I'm going to say it is going to be close because B Live, I think the Saints going to be nipping at our heels. They're going to be nipping hard at our heels. All right, Scotty D. We saved the best division for last. But all right, the NFC East. The Eagles, the Cowboys, what's the team in Washington B Live?
The Redskins, no-name football team, Commander Piglets.
And the New York Backflips. I mean the New York Giants. All right. So Scotty, just go and get out of the way. We got.
Who do you think I got?
No. We're not gonna
Do
play
you
that
think
game.
I would have the audacity to pick the Dallas Cowboys just because they're my favorite team?
Yes. We did it with the Panthers. Yes.
Yes.
We did it.
Okay. Then I will pick them because I think that the big hiccup on the Cowboys last year was defense. They were historically terrible, and I am a big fan of the new defensive coordinators, young Christian Parker, that the Cowboys signed from the Philadelphia Eagles. I like the feel that he's got the defense playing with here early in camp and in the preseason, and all the resources the Cowboys spent on this past season went to defense. They got to be better. They have no choice to be better. And like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, the Cowboys have been quiet. They've been under the radar. No contract disputes, no fights, no Micah Parsons under the tree or laying on the table. George Pickens is behaving himself. He's getting along. They say he's actually like established himself as somewhat to a leader to some of the young receivers. I like everything about it except Dak. But even Dak can't mess this up. I'm going Cowboys to win the division.
Scotty D, I got a question. I've been wanting to ask you this for ever since the other night. How do you feel about Joe Milton?
Jury's still out.
Really?
I know he's not a starter. I know he's not that good. I've seen some flashes in preseason of him where he made a couple nice passes. I love his athleticism. I like the guy. I mean, from what I've seen and heard about him, I like him, but I don't know if I would if Dak went down and he was out for the season, would I trust this guy to be a playoff quarterback? No, I don't.
Okay. Do you trust Dak to be a playoff quarterback?
Yeah. To get him to the playoffs. Yeah. Now.
No. That's the question.
Yeah. That's why I picked him to win the division. I mean, Dak has proven he can get to the playoffs. He just doesn't win anything when he's there.
But that's not what I just asked you to. I said, do you trust Dak in the playoffs?
Oh, in the play. I thought you said to get to the playoffs. No, I don't trust Dak in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Because you said you literally just said that you don't trust Joe Milton. I said if Dak would get hurt,
I wouldn't trust Milton to be able to take over and get them to the playoffs.
Gotcha. All right.
Like,
And
say
that's
say Dak gets knocked out in week 8, I don't think Milton can carry the load to the finish line.
And that's another question, man. Dak does have a history of injuries. That's another thing to be kind of
About
concerned
every
about.
other year, and he was pretty healthy last year. So
Yeah. Yeah. That one year he damn near threw for like 4,900 yards, and then he got hurt, and then it all went up
spun
poop
his
street.
foot around.
Yep. All right, Be Live. What say you? Who wins the NFC East?
Pass. Nah.
Gas.
I'm honestly, I'm with Scotty D. I think the Cowboys can win a division. Will I trust them to do anything in the playoffs? Absolutely not, because it's the Cowboys. But I feel like they have the formula to make some noise this year, put together 11, 12, possibly 13 wins, and look really good going into it. Once again, I feel like they're going to get in their own way. They have to improve on defense. That is a mandate. They have to be better at defense. Their offense is stout. They're going to score on you. They're going to score leaps and bounds. And the 1-2 combo of George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, that's going to be tough to stop. They're one of the best duos in the league. That is just straight up facts. You can't. That's very hard to dispute that. With that being said, I think the Eagles are. I feel like that their chemistry is off. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
There's just something in the air that I don't. I feel like the Eagles as an organization aren't fully sold on Jalen Hurts, which I don't understand. I don't understand why there's so much negativity about Jalen Hurts. He just won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I don't get
Hey, he's
why.
been to 2.
Yeah, he's been to 2.
This is. But like, just there's something I just don't know what. With the loss of AJ Brown, does Devontae Smith step up more? Is he capable of stepping up more? Does Saquon Barkley still have a couple years left in the tank? These are questions that are still out there. With that being said, I have the Cowboys winning the division. I have the Eagles making the playoffs as a wild card.
Hey, you know what? Clean sweep. I'm going to pick a team that was my favorite until we got the Panthers. Them Cowboys. Yeah, man. I just think like when it comes to the Cowboys, man, like you said, Scotty D, they've.
So you said before we got.
Yeah, before we got the Panthers, I was a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I was. But before Be Live. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
It was either that or the 49ers.
Everybody's a Cowboys fan.
Even
you.
Absolutely not.
You can deny it, but deep down, there's something about the Cowboys that you say, you know, I kind of would like to see them win.
No, never.
Be like,
my mom was a Redskins fan. My dad was a 49ers fan. I had absolutely no reason ever to root for the Cowboys.
And that's what tears you up inside.
No.
Deep down, you're like, man,
my heart.
My best friend in the world just admitted to me that before all of this started, he was a Cowboys fan. I probably should have already known that, but I didn't, and so it just hurt. Like we've made so many lasting memories being Panthers fans. It just hurt. Like it was a spot deep right here. I was like, oh God,
like a bowling alley burrito.
Wait.
Really sticking in there.
You got one more time to mention my bowling.
He gonna hit you with the Tony Reality, Scotty D. I'll be like, all right. Here's where my
No, you don't have to explain it.
I'll tell it. When I was little and started getting into football, started playing football.
I mean, you got time restraints, but it's
I know.
cool.
The shut up. The rec league I played for, it was the Cowboys. Like, did you want to play for the Eagles? Did you want to play for the? They had the Panthers at the time, but it really didn't click in my head at the time. And like the Panthers just started, and they got to play for like the Redskins or the Eagles. And I was like, nope, just go ahead and give me the Cowboys. Just go ahead and give me them. You know, and like, and Emmitt Smith was my dude, man. I swear he was. But yeah, and I could name a lot of people on the Cowboys roster at the time, being a young kid. Jaden Novacek, Tony Casillas, Kevin Smith.
Triplets. Yeah.
The triplets. Yeah. All right. So here we go. All right. So
So, B-Lab, you've already said you got your wild card as Lions, Seahawks, and Eagles, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. I will also put the Seahawks in there. I'm going to go with the Bears and the Eagles. And that leaves you, Eddie Cool, with 3 wild cards. And we've all established that we think the Cardinals are going to be the undisputed worst team. Do we think they're going to be drafting first next year, or do we think it's Cleveland?
Uh,
Well, Eddie got the Jets as the worst team in the AFC.
it's going to be a battle of the sorries between the Jets and the Browns.
Yeah.
So and that might determine who might go either 1 or 2, and then the Cardinals will fall in number 3. But
I think the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFL. I think they're going to be drafted first.
Yeah, they're going to stay. Going to stink. Wild card. Somehow, some way, the Eagles get in.
Okay.
All right. Somehow, some way, I think the Bears sneak in. Let's go out west. Somehow, some way, I think the 49ers sneak in. So
over the Seahawks.
Ooh.
I'm saying, just
49ers, no Seahawks.
He said the Super Bowl champions don't make the playoffs.
Yep.
So I said the Bears, 49ers, and who else?
The Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like you, be like, it's something in Philly is off. It's just it's not
So say if it's so off, you still have them making the playoffs, and the Seahawks that just won the Super Bowl, and I don't see any signs of them slowing down. I don't see them regressing that badly. You still believe the Eagles will make it over the Seahawks?
Hey, listen, the Eagles got a guy named Saquon Barkley. The Seahawks lost a guy named Kenneth Walker III. So,
who they got? Zach Charbonnet?
Yeah, Zach Charbonnet. I think he should be coming back because I think he tore up his knee last year.
He drafted that rookie. Who I really like.
Joe Hendry. No, yep, they did that as well too. All right, so that football portion of the show does it. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us as we picked our NFC picks.
Darian Price.
Yep. So we in agreement that the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the league, followed by the Browns, followed by the Jets. 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yep.
Cardinals, Browns.
We only had one different pick as far as division winners, and that was me flip-flopping on Carolina and going with the Saints. Or we'd have had a clean sweep all the way across if we had picked this last week. I changed my mind. But.
Real quick, fellas, what does that say about the NFC?
Mm-hmm.
If we be like, if we like I said, 3 to 4, because I'm over looking at the other divisions, in the AFC, let me see, the only clean sweep there was the East, and here in the NFC,
no, we all picked the Jaguars from the South too, Jaguars and Bills.
Yes, we picked 2 out of the 4, with clean sweeps, and the other one. What does that say about the NFC? B-Dop says, I don't know. Scotty D, what does it say about the NFC? What do you think?
It says it's going to be a lot harder for the Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl with all these tough teams. But
instead of the black and blue division, this might be the black and blue conference. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break due to time constraints. Coming up next, your favorite portion of the show, the Sports Bros Draft, and we're going to be drafting all-time great running backs. Stick and stay. Don't you dare go away. The Sports Bros Podcast. We'll be back after this break.
Take your pick. It is time for the Sports Bros Draft. Take your pick. It is time for the Sports Bros Draft.
And for another edition of the Sports Bros Draft. By now, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for close to 2 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So y'all know how we do it. Scotty D picks a topic, and we draft a team of 5. All right. So let's go over the results from last week. All right. All right. So the votes go as follows. Team C wins with 13 votes. Team A, they get 11 votes, and Team B ain't get a damn thing. All right.
No. You got half a vote.
Half don't count. 0.5 don't count.
Somebody said that they would rather listen to your team, but when it comes to all-time just greatness, it went with Team C. But you got to give a little bit of credit. My man Jose doing his thing. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm in the game. I know ball. No,
Here's the thing. This was a trick. This one was a trap. This one.
It was a trap.
It was a trap. It was a trick. The whole thing was a trick. Because once you get Vin Scully on your team,
that's it.
It doesn't matter. It's over.
That's it.
One more for the good guys.
And I said to myself, as soon as he said Vin Scully, I was like, I started digging. I said, damn, boy, who am I gonna get?
It was one of those things that was the unanimous number one draft pick. Like, so I knew from jump that was not going to be up there. But that's why I went with John Madden. I had to, Yeah. And so I want to take this time. To our resident agent, our resident NFL agent, Joel Turner. I want to apologize because he made a very valid point. Brent Musburger, we mentioned him, but we didn't choose him.
Yeah, we did.
We mentioned him, but we did not choose him. He did miss this, and he's correct. He's correct in that. Unfortunately, though, Mr. Turner, you never answered the actual question that was presented towards you. You never selected a team that you would choose. Now, you can feel free to start your own podcast and bring all the opinions in the world that you want to. But we do also ask you to stay on topic. And unfortunately, since you did not do that.
Uh-oh. Are we bringing it back for the first time in 3 months?
The penalty box is there.
Joey, love you, but to the sin bin you go, buddy.
You got to at least answer the question. I get your point. Very valid.
Very valid.
Well, he also he took a dig at my team.
Oh, he did do that.
Because he said you would pick Jim Nance, the understudy, over Musburger. And I actually think Jim Nance is better than Musburger. I really do. I think Jim Nance, especially as a guy who loves the Masters, and Jim Nance has been the voice of the Masters for God knows how long. And I think he's excellent at that job. And if I look at my team, I don't think I would take anybody off. Maybe Keith Jackson, Brent Musburger is very, very close, but I wouldn't take any of the other guys off of my team to put Musburger on there, although I do think Brent Musburger is among the all-time greats. But he took a little dig at my Jim Nance pick. Like the understudy can actually be better than
very much so. Like,
I think Ken Griffey Jr. was better than Ken Griffey Sr.
That's not understudy. That's just pure raw.
Well, he did understand.
Senior
learned from him. He learned from him.
Senior was very good. Now don't get it twisted. But Junior
was just next level trend setting. And according to my team, everybody hates Chris Collinsworth. So
I knew when you picked him that was going to be your undoing, Eddie. If you would have picked Musburger, you might have turned it around right there. But because I think Al Michaels, I think to me is the undisputed second best announcer of all time. I find no fault with Summerall or Marv Albert or Kevin Harlan, but
you definitely had a strong lineup, but did Collinsworth?
I think Collinsworth did you in, buddy.
Which again, we all mentioned that. We all believe that Chris Collinsworth is an outstanding commentator. He's just gotten a lot of hate. A lot of hate recently. He's got a lot of hate recently, but
Hey, listen, I've seen or heard some guys. I'm like, no, you shouldn't be. No, Oh, he is good. No, he ain't Collinsworth. He ain't, Tony Romo. I mean, and some people hate Tony Romo. I'm like, look, well, the reason Tony Romo can call the play before he see it because he played quarterback and he was trained to read defenses, read coverages. That's why he can predict the play before it happens. Like, come on now, let's not forget. Not too long ago, that there's a period of time Tony Romo was one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, Scotty D, what are we doing this week
We are
for
picking
draft?
all-time NFL running backs. And obviously, it doesn't mean yards compiled or we would just go straight down the line.
Yeah.
We're going with guys who we believe we've seen with our own eyes and who we think are the best. And Eddie Cool, you have the honors of the number one selection for the week.
All right, let's see. Looking at my list here. He was slicker than fish grease. Just when you thought you had him, you didn't. He only gave us 10 years to play, and he said, you know what? 10 years is enough. I'm going to go with Barry Sanders.
It's a very favorable first pick because everybody loves Barry Sanders.
All right. Well, this makes my choice.
And I got a pen that don't work, and I'm a server by day, and I don't have a pen that works. Ain't that some BS? The hell's going on here?
Well, yep, you made my choice very easy for the first selection. Jim Brown.
Okay, Jimbo Brown. Played
Guy
9
only
years.
Played 10 years. 9?
Was it 9, 10? It was close enough.
I thought they both played 10.
And didn't he lead the league every year? He ran the ball. He rushed. I think he did every year. I think he led the league. And I think he took Cleveland to the championship game as well too.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep. All right, Scotty D, you're up.
Well, I'm going to choose the guy who I think is the greatest running back I ever saw, and that was Eric Dickerson.
ED.
All right, Eric Dickerson it is. All right.
What was it? He was a big dude and had those high knees. Yeah, you can mess with
goggles. He's mean looking. By the way, are we going to keep this to 5? We talked about stretching it out maybe to 6. Can we get 6 on this one?
I mean,
keep it
time restraints.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling at the end of 5 rounds. All right, Eddie Cole, you're on the clock.
Let's see. I am going to pick a guy that did it all, that caught the ball out of the backfield and was pretty elusive. He was a former MVP and the current coach of the Southern Jaguars, Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk. All right. Oh, Eddie's going with the new school. I'm going to keep it old school because I can't believe he made it to number 5. Come on, sweetness. Walter Payton. Oh, man. Yeah. I like the way this is starting already. I'm about to be 3 weeks in a row. Y'all keep letting me get these guys.
All right, my second pick, I'll take Adrian Peterson.
AP all day. The only guy that can tear his ACL one year and win the MVP the next. The hell is going on here? All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go old school, and I'm gonna tell you why. He said, just give me 6 inches of daylight. That's all I need. The Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers.
Okay, what a legend.
If you ever get a chance to watch his highlights, oh my God. He ran the ball and the return kicks. Oh, he was a problem for the Bears back in the day.
Let's see. I've been old school. I gotta bring it back. Just a little touch of new school with this, Yep. I gotta go LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
I was gonna pick him too, but
I know you, but you didn't.
I did, but you didn't. Yeah.
but you didn't.
Only thing you picked was a booger. Here you go.
Let's get it.
All right. Well, how could I not at this point pick the all-time rushing leader, Emmett Smith?
I knew it. I knew it. I said that's gonna be his first, second, or his third. But he's not gonna go too far off the list.
Oh yeah. There it is.
All right. I thought about this pick. I thought about it. There's a train coming, and what's his name? Derrick Henry.
Oh man.
I almost took him there.
Ooh.
So I got a combination of power, speed, agility, can catch the ball out of the field. I got some bad dudes in my squad.
If this was a compilation of your entire career, high school, college, and pro, Derrick Henry would have been my first pick.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
Golly. Oh. All right, that threw me off a little bit because he was coming up on my list. He's coming up on my list. But ooh. Do I go with I'm gonna do it. I gotta go with Earl Campbell. Campbell. I'm gonna go back old school with Earl Campbell. That is where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
The only man to run over somebody dead in their chest while getting his jersey ripped off his back. I mean,
Man.
he just. I said, good God.
Bad man.
What was he? The Tyler Rose. He's from Tyler, Texas, I think. He was a Tyler Rose. He was a Tyler something other. He was a Tyler terrorizer, the Tyler ass kicker. He was something. All right, Scotty D, who you got?
All right. This one might hurt me because I don't have longevity on my side, but I think this guy could have been the greatest of all time, and that's Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Hey, I thought about that too, but somebody that was a short tenure in the league, immediate impact, and like you, Bo Jackson,
he could have been the greatest ever, I think.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. You know, this feels like a real fantasy football draft when the running backs start flying off the board. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at this list here. All I got to say is he was Shannon Sharp and John Elway's teammate, and he took him to 2 Super Bowls. Mile high salute, TD, Terrell Davis. Who had it was a short run, but it was a dominant run.
Oh yeah. Ooh. This is a toss-up.
Okay.
This is a toss-up. Do I go with the dude that I bought a beer for, that I met in real life and so down to earth? And literally down to earth because this dude was just a bruiser. Or do I go with the guy with the Ford Bronco? It is what it is. I can't do it. I gotta go with the bus, Jerome Bettis.
Oh yeah, can't beat that. Yeah, that's another bruiser.
Well, that certainly won't hurt your voting for people in my area.
Yeah,
the bus, man, dude. He's so down to earth. I don't know if he still is, but at the time he was a part owner of the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, the minor league baseball team, and so he was in town, like just doing PR stuff for the team or whatever, and just so happened to be sitting in Malibu one night at the club. I was like, is that who I think? And again, I'm 6'4", 6'5". He's 5'10", but just hot diesel, like just
fire hydrant.
Yeah, I was like, that is you the bus? He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a little blast from the past. Yes, sir.
And B-Live bought him a drink.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, he's worth millions. I don't care. Hey, man, I want to buy you yeah, I did it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna buy you a beer. All right, Scotty D, who we got? Drum roll, please.
All right, I'm going to take the guy who Derrick Henry bumped out of the top 10 and one of the silkiest smooth runners of all time, Tony Dorsett.
Okay.
Yep. I was like he's probably gonna go with a couple of Cowboys here. Tony Dorsett definitely is up there in the rank. Whew.
Yeah.
Well, we got this. I feel good. I got a 2-game winning streak. I feel good, but
What? No, you didn't win this one this past week.
yes,
Vin
I
Scully trumped
did.
the whole thing.
That's
No.
not a thing.
Plus,
bro.
I didn't even tell you about the votes that I got that I didn't
I
report.
don't. Oh Lord.
Bill and Mike and John. They all said teammate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are not filming this in the state of Georgia. We're not going to find some imaginary. My bad.
Stop.
My bad.
Bill, Mike, and John all said teammate. I didn't even report that.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your vote of confidence. I love this blind vote too, so it doesn't give people a chance to be biased and stuff like that. They're going with what they see. And for 2 weeks in a row and for a possible third week in a row, your boy B Live has been coming
I do like
on.
your team. I have to admit, I do like your team.
All right, so B Live got Jim Brown, Walter Payton, LT LaDainian Tomlinson, Earl Campbell, and Jerome Bettis. Me, I got Barry Sanders, Marshall Falk, Gail Sayers, Derrick Henry, TD Terrell Davis. Scott got Eric Dickerson, Adrian Peterson, Emmett Smith, Bo Jackson, and Tony Dorsett. They're all good teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, it's going to come down to name notoriety. And that's why I like Jim Brown, Walter Payton. I'm like, if you're a historian of the game, them two are strong. Now, if you're a fan of the new fast pace, I mean, having Marshall Falk, Derrick Henry, Terrell Davis, that's strong. Eric Dickerson, AP, Emmett Smith, these are all like looking at them face value, not taking our names out of it. I would have a tough time choosing from either of these. And that's just real talk.
Sad for me that I didn't pick Curtis Martin, and I really wanted to.
Curtis, my favorite Martin.
And Frank Gore slipped up into the number 3 spot all time. Maybe he's actually rushed for more yards than Barry Sanders.
Yeah. His kid is playing now.
I believe so, yeah.
He's playing for the Bills. Yeah, Frank Gore's son is playing now. And Frank Gore retired like what, 10 minutes ago?
Something like it, yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, let's go home, boys.
All right, with that being said, that does it for this edition of the draft. Scotty D, what's on tap for next week?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Okay, B-Live, you're gonna love this one, B-Live, because you're picking first next week. But we're going to choose current college football head coaches.
Oh man,
guys who are active currently.
It's gonna be a fun one here. You only got 160 programs to choose from.
Right, yeah.
Now,
and you're gonna put me in a position with me picking first to not pick my dude. That is foul.
That because you have a week to decide. Maybe he is. I mean,
you said
Saban's gone. Saban's not alive anymore.
Scotty D, you said current, right?
Current.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Good. Got you. Because I was like,
yeah. I mean, Saban's out.
He's opening the door for something that I've been holding back on. I know what he's doing, and you're gonna get a hot take from me when it comes to this topic next week. I can assure you of that.
Okay. I'm intrigued because I actually wasn't. I don't know, whatever the heck it was he just said. All right.
The gals give, in the words of Scotty, they'll give us something to talk about next week.
I'll give us something to talk about.
Talking body. All right. With that being said, be live. Grab the baseball bat. Scotty D, put down the pine tar. And I have to make sure the umpire checks my hat and my gloves for no suspicious substance or whatever. We about to walk off and get the hell out of here. We about to go home with a walk-off shot. Coming at you right here on the Sports Bros podcast. Well, you heard the woman. It's time for us to round the bases and bring it on home. We're going to give you the walk-off shot where we pick a topic. We talk about it sort of deep in detail. And yeah, then after that, we just go ahead and get the hell up out of here. Jump up and down, throw Gatorade, throw peanuts, and be silly. All right. All right, folks. With that being said, I'll go first. We got some news coming out of San Francisco involving 49ers owner Jed York,
Oh boy.
who was in Ohio this past weekend, East Palestine to be exact. And according to the East Palestine Police Department, he was arrested over the weekend and pleaded no contest to two charges. The charges you ask? According to YahooSports.com, York was initially charged with suspicion of engaging in prostitution, but Ohio amended that to a disorderly conduct charge. York was also charged with possessing criminal tools. What in the hell is criminal? I don't even want to know. York pleaded no contest to both charges on Monday. A person who pleads no contest does not admit guilt, but does accept the punishment for the alleged crimes as if they have been proven guilty. All right. In York's case, he was sentenced to 1 day in jail for each count. York was also ordered to pay two fines, one for $150 for disorderly conduct and $1,000 for possessing criminal tools, per KRON4 News. What the hell are criminal tools? Over to you, Scotty D.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up. But go ahead, criminal tools. Go ahead.
I've been sitting on this for a couple of weeks, but now it's time to get it off my chest. You heard the expression, you make the deal with the devil. Well, in this case, the devil pulled out of the deal. And I am talking about Live Golf. And it's going down in flames. Live Golf CEO Scott O'Neill says they are facing a very compressed timeline to finalize a deal with a new investor. And even at that, they would need majority support from players who some are actually, their contracts are running out, like Bryson DeChambeau. Saudi's public investment fund, who funded Live Golf, is out. They want to fund soccer in 2034. They want the World Cup, so they're saving their money. $5 billion in 5 years they have spent. And guess what? They're not getting anything on that investment. Just like I said 5 years ago, it was not a good idea. Have you heard of Live Golf spreading, getting more popular in the last couple of years? Have you seen it all over TV, creating a buzz? No, they're not even plucking guys off the PGA vine anymore. That was the fun part for a while. Who's going to Live Golf next? Is it going to be Jon Rahm? Is it going to be Rory? Nope, Rory stayed put. So here's what we got: a team championship event next week in Michigan, canceled. An event a couple weeks ago in New Orleans, canceled. The final event changed. Okay, it's going to be Indy. That's going to be the end. And some of these guys didn't even get paid from their last event. Vendors are still looking for payment, and this thing is collapsing by the minute. Bryson says he still might want to play in the next year. He's not sure. He said a lot of guys on the PGA, they don't really want me back. And now Brooks Koepka's looking like the smart one because he took the big penalty to come back earlier in the year, and his penance will be paid. Some of these guys are going to be knocking on the door. Made the deal with the devil, and now the devil is out. Eliv, over to you.
Oh boy, yeah. R.I.P. L.I.V. Yeah, it's not a good situation, and Scotty D is overjoyed.
Nosedive in progress.
I saw this healthy competition to PGA, make the PGA better, which it has. It's increased money for the PGA, and now they're finally. But yeah, it is what it is.
Their big impact is that they got to wear shorts.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you say?
That's the big takeaway. The big takeaway from Live Golf, they got to wear shorts.
Well, my third and final peppercorn, aka the walk-off shot. This is a feel-good story. I want to first propose the question to you fellas. Do you remember a former NFL player by the name of Sammy Coates?
Yes.
Sounds familiar.
He was a wide receiver, played at Auburn. Then he played for the Browns, Texans, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Then he did a stint with the Houston Roughnecks. Went up across the border up north, the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Edmonton Elks.
Mm-hmm.
But after his playing career, he has decided to take his talents to coaching, where he was a high school coach at Beach High School 2020-2022, Ohio Northern 2023 wide receivers coach, Virginia Wise the wide receivers coach, and his current stint right now is a head coach at Columbia High School in Alabama.
Oh, I think I saw this. Go ahead.
Yes, you probably did.
Yeah.
Columbia High School in Alabama is notorious for the past 11 years, 101 straight losses in 11 years. That streak,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That streak is no more. Their first game of the 2026 football season, the Sammy Coates led Columbia High School, the Columbia Eagles, hosting the Greensboro Raiders. The losing streak is no more.
The streak is over. The streak is over. The streak is over.
Last year, Columbia High School had 28 players. This year, they have a full 60-man roster. Sammy Coates has been putting in work, and it is seen on the field where they won. Not only did they won convincingly 41-14. That is quite the way to start off the season and end a notorious 101 game losing streak. Congratulations to the Columbia Eagles.
And all the kids on the team, because kids that you shouldn't go winless. Everyone should feel what it's like to get a win, and for all the money that you just earned that they were paying to play football.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm sure they didn't do that.
This isn't Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm sure they didn't do that.
And that's still crazy that adults can't help kids get by, whatever. But yeah, I came across this. I was like, wow, that is a long for the entire community, and for these kids.
For
that they're kids that graduated from school there that never won a game.
Yeah, and they still went to practice and went to camp and all that stuff. The kids shouldn't go winless. I feel bad about that, but how ecstatic must it have been for them to have won that game?
There was a high school team up here, Oberlin, Ohio. They lost a lot of games in the last handful of years, and they finally broke that schneid and they won 2 games last year. One of their biggest issues coming into this season, numbers issues. I think the school has 200 total students, and I think it's like Division 7, which is the smallest in the state of Ohio. It's so bad, fellas, that they couldn't even field a football team this season, and they had to they had to put a kibosh in the program. And under I think it's called a SAM. I forgot what the act is called in the OSHAA Constitution, whatever. If something like that happens, then the kids can stay in their community, but they can go play at another high school.
Okay.
And they went to the rival Wellington Dukes, and now the kids that wanted to play for Oberlin are now playing for Wellington. I think it's great pride in playing for your school, but like sometimes in this case things happen. I've been covering football for a long time, and I've never heard a team ceasing their season due to low numbers. But Oberlin, I love you. I hope you get back because I just hope you get back. And that causes other teams within the conference to scramble to find opponents. But everybody has opponents and everybody is good. But just shout out to Oberlin, to the Oberlin Phoenix. OB what? Shout out to them, and hopefully they can right the ship. They can really right the ship. All right, fellas, y'all got Monday Night Raw is about to start in a few minutes. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get the hell up out of here and watch wrestling?
No. Best of luck to you guys is drafting against me tonight, right?
Yep, 7 p.m. SportsBros draft.
Good luck to everyone out there in their fantasy football drafts.
All right, fantasy football draft, and I like the way this show is ending. All right, go ahead, hit it, and then closing. Yep.
Do something nice for yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't do something nice for someone else, they're greatly appreciated. Now, more than ever, be a blessing, not a burden. Once again, this is your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros Podcast. Be live. Take us all the way to the front door. Take us home.
Yes, sir.
Talking body. Anyways, y'all be good. See you next week.
And I'm off the bowling before Scotty D can make another joke, and I'm out. Yes, sir.
Oh, he not too far from the phone.
It's over. Nope.